What is up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin Savage, and today we are going to go ahead and look at a few websites that I find to be really useful as a producer and someone who is trying to grow a music brand. So let's hop into the computer and check it out. So the first website that I think people who are in the music production space should be familiar with is a website called Splice. Splice is super useful because not only is it a website that allows you to download samples that you use in your mix royalty-free, but it's also a website that you can rent to own plugins. So rather than pirating plugins, the hard work of other folks, you can rent to own it. It makes it affordable, makes it easier to access. I think this was the first platform that allowed you to truly rent to own plugins. There's no credit check. You just put up a credit card, you pay each month. If you can't pay, you won't be able to use it that month. They also have a fantastic sample library that you can go ahead and download samples. I think it's like $7 or $8 a month, and then you can go ahead and you can go ahead and download the samples, use them royalty free, no problem. And finally, the other cool thing that I think folks may have initially been drawn to Splice for, I know I've used it a couple times, is remix competitions. I don't know if they're still doing them as much. It looks like there's no active contests right now, but I know that I've worked in a couple of remix comps. I think the first track I finished, I actually did for a remix competition. Great way to try your hand at something, super fun. So yeah. My radiator is still going. So that's the first platform, Splice. Definitely worth checking out if you aren't already familiar with it. The next website that I think that folks should be familiar with, this is also if you're maybe more new to production, even if you're a seasoned producer and you're looking to see what other information you can gather, Academy.fm. I was one of the early members of Academy.fm, and I now have a lifetime membership to it. But it's a super useful platform for kind of learning different things. I know more recently I've gone back to the website to hone my skills with Serum, which is something I never really mastered. But they got everything from basic mixing tips to how to use DAWs, how to use synthesizers, stuff like that. It's a pretty fantastic platform. It's a product of Cymatics, which I am a giant fan of. So it looks like you could do either way, you're purchasing a membership to it. So either you can do 4 monthly payments, or it looks like you could do one full payment. So super useful. Definitely check it out, academy.fm. Now, as it comes to growing your brand, the next platform that I think is super useful for you to be familiar with is a platform called Toneden. So Toneden has a lot of fantastic free stuff, such as their smart links. You could do everything from smart linking like a track or an album, or even just any link that you want to shorten, kind of like Bitly, but just in it feels like a more reputable website. Especially if you pay for their service, which is $50 a month at the base level. It is super useful because you could use your own URL, which is obviously people are more likely to click than a Bitly link where they're not sure where that link is going to take them. Toneden is great. They're also great to help you market your music. So if you're trying to use Facebook Ad Manager to get your music out there, Toneden makes it super easy for you to makes it super easy for you to create the ad and release the ad. It can be a little pricey if you're new to the music production, but if you've got some money saved up, this is definitely one of the platforms that's worth, in my opinion, investing in. Another feature that I really, really like with them is their social unlocks. So what that is essentially a way of getting people to subscribe to your content, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or SoundCloud or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, in exchange for content. So for me, I like to release my sample packs and Ableton racks, and so what I do is I will create the rack, create the artwork, and then I'll upload it to Toneden, and I will then say, hey, you have to subscribe to my Spotify and my YouTube channel in order to download this rack. So you could pay for it. You can go to my website, shop.offbeat.com, and buy the rack, or if you want it for free, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Spotify, and we'll go ahead and give it to you for free. I really like that method. For me, it helps me grow my brand and build exposure, and then it also helps you because you get free stuff. So Toneden is a super powerful tool. They got some other stuff in there that I haven't really played around as much with, but smart links, social unlocks, and their playbooks are fantastic for people in the music production industry who are trying to grow their brand. So another platform that is worth checking out is a platform called Community. Now, I really like Community because Community is a way to grow your brand via text message. Basically what it is you get a phone number and you can get people to text that number. When they text that number, they sign up for your contact list, essentially, within the platform. And then you can then basically text people when you're releasing content or releasing a video or stuff like that. And you can also target based off of like age or location or stuff like that, or little keywords. So super useful platform. It is, at least when I got it, about $100 a month. But I think it's definitely worth it especially if you are releasing sample packs and you want to let folks know that you have a new sample pack in the work, or you are, released a new track, or when COVID is done, you're doing a show, something to that extent. Super useful platform for getting people to be familiar with or aware of what you're releasing. So definitely check out Community if you haven't checked out Community before. They're a relatively new platform, and I think it's better than like email blasting folks. For example, people tend to ignore those, whereas phone numbers, text messages, people are less likely to ignore a text message. Now finally, the final platform, now this is a phone app actually, and it is right now in the beta stage, so it's invite only, but I definitely want to put it on your radar if you're not already familiar with it. Now keep in mind, you do have to use an iPhone in order to be able to use this. I don't think it's available for the Android platform yet, but it's a website, or it's an app called Clubhouse. Now Clubhouse is basically an audio chat platform, and you might be thinking like, why would I care about that? You know, we've got Facebook, Instagram, there's already all these social media platforms to get your contact out. Clubhouse is insane. It is a great platform because there are so many working music professionals on that platform. You've got Illmind, you've got 21 Savage, you've got all of these folks who use this platform, and you are literally able to talk to them in a chat room. So it is definitely worth checking out. Sign up for it if you have an iPhone, download the app, but you may be put on a wait list. Unless you're watching this video after the app is already released. But it's a fantastic app. There's little clubs you can join specifically geared for music people, A&Rs, artists. If you're a producer looking for artists, this could be a great platform for that. If you got new content, hop in one of the rooms or start your own room and chat about it. Great platform, definitely worth checking out, and probably the one I'm most excited about right now because it's so new. So definitely worth checking out. Anyway, I hope that these platforms are super useful. So I hope that you check them out at least and see kind of what they're all about. You might not like any of them, or you might love all of them. I don't know. I just wanted to share them with you. So have a great rest of your day. Peace.